Hello everybody and welcome to a more relaxing video. I felt like doing an eye tutorial is probably the most easier of tutorials, and I feel like you can just follow along quite easily to it by itself. If you want a more in-depth tutorial in the future, I can do one, but this is just a quick little run through of how I go about painting eyes. You can totally notice that the first thing I do is I darken around the eye, just because I feel like around the eye it's naturally dark and it's best to do that first as a first foundation before you go into any other details. So here I am blending out the dark circles around the eyes, kind of doing more of like face detailing as well. I also go ahead and add some blush and some eyebrow contouring, and this was supposed to be just an eye tutorial, but I guess I do other things too. I go in again with an even darker color to kind of outline the waterline of the eye. And again on the top part of the eye and the eye crease at the top. Next, I fill in the eye. You don't want to pick a super white color for the eye because the eyes are just naturally never a bright white and you'll just look like a White Walker if you do it like that. But this is just how I do it. I mean, if you want to do straight white, you can if it's your aesthetic. I also take a darker color and I kind of shade in the top part of the eye because it gives it a 3D look, because your eyes are not flat, they are three-dimensional. I do a little at the bottom, more as a style choice. I do like it to look more three-dimensional, but you don't have to. That one is optional. I just go in a little more with a little darkness. And now I'm starting to fill in the eye. I picked a brown color because I felt like a brown color I could showcase a little more about how I do it instead of a lighter color. The first thing I do is I do take a darker color, and I do mostly at the top to kind of match the 3D look, and I also go around the entire eye with a dark color. This will depend on what eye color you are doing. I do typically recommend to do a darker color at the top of the eye though, just for the 3D look. And just for this eye, I am adding a little bit of detail in the actual eye. Again, this is an eye choice. Not every eye is going to do this. This is just for this eye. And the pupil size also, I think, is more of a style choice. I mix it up between a really small pupil and like a normal size pupil. I then start going in with the eyelashes. Normally I redo this about 6 times because I'm just never happy with my eyelashes that I'm painting. And I don't think I'm happy with this one either, but for the sake of the tutorial, I'm not redoing it. I'm just smoothing out the edges to make it not look horribly choppy like for some reason it does look like. I also go for a dreamy look when I'm painting, so I do kind of smooth out a lot of hard edges. And that's just my style choice. I start to kind of blur out the inner corner of the eye. Normally I would do like a pinkish color, but for the skin tone it is quite orangey. Now for highlights, I change the highlights almost every time. You should do the highlight in the direction of your light source. I was thinking about doing some like reflections in her eye, but I wasn't happy with it. Some little like shine on the whites of the eyes are also something I like doing. I'm also painting in the eyebrow just for the sake of this. I don't know why I did. I didn't have to, but I felt like I needed to. And then I'm also going with the blush. This was supposed to be an eye tutorial. I don't know why I'm going so deep into this, but oh, I'm going in with smaller strands. I do this. I'll smooth it out and then I'll go in with a finer brush to kind of make it more eyelashy and not like old clumpy mascara. But that is it. That is the final piece of the eye. If you like this tutorial, let me know. I'll probably do a more in-depth tutorial, but if you look to the right, there will be another link to another tutorial if you want to know more about my painting processes. But thanks for sticking around. Bye!